Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
What is going on, everyone? I go by RB, and this is Philly Take with RB. Now, if you're an Eagles fan out there and you're excited for the upcoming NFL draft, I'm going to need you to go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel and want to stay updated on some great Philly content, go ahead and hit that subscribe. We just hit 500 subscribers yesterday. Appreciate all of you guys and your support. We're going to keep grinding, road to 1K. So we are currently 1 week away from the NFL draft, and we have some major news. As you can see here on the screen, as of yesterday, the Eagles are reportedly trying to move up. Howie Roseman is aggressively pursuing a trade that would allow the Eagles to move up and select CeeDee Lamb out of Oklahoma. CeeDee Lamb, he has been viewed as one of the best receivers in this draft for a while now, for weeks and months. A lot of people have been talking about him. What I see out of CeeDee Lamb is he is a solidified receiver. He's going to come in day one and be a starter. He is that dude. He's athletic. He's physical. He fights through coverages. He's explosive. Overall, I just like his framework, his technique. He's very balanced as a receiver, and I think he's a smart football player, and I would really like to see him in midnight green. Actually, right now, if you're watching the video, go comment down below. Do you want the Eagles to trade up for CeeDee Lamb? Let me know right now. Either way, whatever the Eagles decide to do next week, I think we are in a good position. If we trade up to 13 and trade with the 49ers, send a couple picks and a player or whatever, and go and get CeeDee Lamb. Or maybe we have to trade up to 7 to get CeeDee Lamb. Or maybe we trade up to 13 and we end up getting Jerry Jeudy. Maybe whoever's in front of us goes and picks CeeDee Lamb first. Either way, I'd be happy with one of those guys. But also, say the Eagles decide not to trade up. Say we, stay back at 21, or we move up a couple slots and get Henry Ruggs, the guy that ran a 4.27 in the 40. A guy that is being compared to Tyreek Hill. Say we go and get him. And we go in the second or third round. We get some quality receivers. Maybe get a Jalen Reagor, or a Denzel Mims, or a T. Higgins, a KJ Hamler. The list goes on and on. This is going to be a historic draft for wide receivers. Overall, either way, the Eagles are in a good position. Me personally, I would trade up for CeeDee Lamb, and here is why. I think it goes to a bigger concern. Let me tell you something, okay? The last couple years, Howie Roseman has been very aggressive. He really has, especially in 2017. We saw it. He made all those acquisitions that put the Eagles in line to go on a deep run, and we did, and we won the Super Bowl. In 2018, he also made some moves, not as much. I think it's gotten, smaller in amount the last couple years, but Howie Roseman has still been aggressive in at least some ways, whether it's a midseason trade for a Golden State, you know what I mean. He's still done things to make this team get better. This offseason, what I saw from a lot of Eagles fans, it really seemed like Howie Roseman was finally going to take a break. He acknowledged that, the guys that we had here, their time ran out, like Alshon and Aguilar. It was just stale. It was time to take our foot off the gas pedal and just let it go. Take a season or two, kind of go into a little rebuild in some sorts, and just play it out and see what happens. Let the others push their chips first. Let them make their move, and we'll react and see what happens. But let me tell you, Howie Roseman has some tricks up his sleeve. He is a magician. And he's done the exact opposite. Ever since free agency started, he's made some splashes, and the Eagles are in position to be a deep contender this year. For once, he took the initiative on defense. He upgraded the defense. We went and got Javon Hargrave, solidified that defensive line, which is already so great. We go out and we finally get a corner. We've been coveting one for so long, and we get big play Slay. We go and get Will Parks. We get Jatavis Brown. We've been making moves on defense, and that is very, very good. And here's why. I think Howie has some big plan. I do. He saw the draft. He saw the depth. What could be a historic receiver draft. And he said, I'm going to go upgrade defense. And now we are in position. Let me tell you, this team can be one of the best in the NFL next year. I think this team could be, on both sides of the ball, a top 5 team on defense and offense. Like, let's just think about it. And before, let me just state this. The number one component to this whole thing is health. We've seen it the last couple years. We've made moves. We've gotten guys. But in the end, the injuries have derailed this team. Now, I know Howie went out, or whoever, and we have a new chief medical officer. We have some new heads in that medical staff. And they need to do their job. Because we have talent here, and we have the guys to compete. Defensive side of the ball, I think we are looking very sharp. And on offense, as I'm saying, look at what we have. First off, Carson Wentz. Let me tell you something, okay? If you are an Eagles fan and you think that you've seen the best of Carson Wentz, no. This is just the beginning. The peak will come in a couple years. He is entering his prime. He's 27 years old. We had questions about him. Look what he did last season with nothing. Over 4,000 yards passing. No receivers over 500 yards. He showed us that leadership aspect. He showed us that he is the dude who will get the job done. He brought this team back from nothing and helped us win that division. Carson Wentz has showed us everything that at least I have needed to see. Now it is time to reward him. Now it is time to give him what he deserves, the weapons that he needs. Look at the offense before this draft. Look at the offense. We have Deshaun Jackson. Trust me, he's not washed. He has not lost a step. None of that. I'm predicting as long as he stays healthy, Deshaun Jackson to come out and have 10 touchdowns this season. I really think he's going to explode. We saw week 1 what he did last year. Wentz to D-Jax is a beautiful thing. Look what else this team has. Okay, Alshon, I think he's going to get cut. I really do. Aguilar is gone. But look, we have 2 of the top 10, top 5 maybe, tight ends in the NFL. Zach Ertz, automatic catch. I don't know why people keep saying we need to trade Ertz. No. Zach Ertz is going to have, upwards of 80, 90, 100 catches. Zach Ertz is that automatic dude that you can rely on, that you can trust. He's always been that security blanket for Wentz. And then you have Goddard, who in some ways I sometimes question if he's a receiver or a tight end. Because this dude, even though he's listed as a tight end, he has some excellent speed. He can burst out of nowhere. Goddard is a weapon. He needs to be utilized more. All of that good stuff. Our receiver core is taken care of. And if we go and we get 2 quality receivers, or say we trade up, we push the chips on the table, and we get CeeDee Lamb, this team is going to be explosive. Let's not forget, we have a solid line. On both sides of the ball, the trenches are taken care of. I think Andre Dillard's going to step in and be that dude. We have Miles Sanders coming off an impressive rookie, year. Look at what the dude showed us when he started to get more touches, when he started to get incorporated more into the offense. And then you have Boston Scott, who's basically, in my opinion, Darren Sproles 2.0. He has taken over. This team is loaded with talent. Wentz is just at the right time in his career, and it is time that we give him what he needs. It is time. Let me tell you, if we go up, and this is why I think the Eagles should trade up to get CeeDee Lamb, because like I'm saying, I think Howie Roseman views this as the time for the Eagles to win. If last year was the worst of it, all these guys getting injured, and we still win the division somehow, if that was the worst of it, and that we're not really going to go through any kind of rebuild if we just get younger, but we are still explosive, we are still ready to rock this season with whoever we draft, and looking at all the other guys and the dudes coming back from injury. Excellent job by Howie Roseman. I think he views this as the time to attack. Look at the teams in the NFL. I think this move would put the Eagles as the NFC favorites. Look at who else is in the NFC. I mean, maybe the Saints are up there in comparison. Maybe, I don't know, the Seahawks. But overall, the Eagles are going to have a loaded roster. And if they stay healthy, the sky is the limit. I'm telling you. This Eagles team is going to be loaded. And if we go and get a day 1 starter like CeeDee Lamb, I think Howie Roseman views this low-key secretly. That's been his plan all along, to push all the chips into the table. And I think he will do it. And let me tell you something. We talked about OBJ yesterday. If you haven't seen that video, link will be in the description. As you can see right here, OBJ to the Eagles possibly. Whether it's OBJ, whether it's someone else, we still have time after this draft until the season starts. We still have a couple months at least. Who knows with the virus? I think Howie Roseman has something else up his sleeve. I think he's going to make another big splash or two. Say we were to go and get OBJ. And we still saved our picks in this draft and came out with some quality receivers. I mean, the talent here is going to be out of this world. We will give Carson Wentz what he needs. He will return to MVP form, even though I think he's played solid since 2017. I do. Carson Wentz will easily be an MVP candidate. The Eagles will easily be playoff contenders and be, poised to go on a deep playoff run and potentially make it to the Super Bowl. I think Howie Roseman is so smart, and in just a matter of one offseason, without having to go through the tough rebuild stage, he has made this team better, and he saved money, and this team is ready to attack. I think Howie knows that, and he's going to push all the chips into the table. We've been asking for receivers. This is the perfect opportunity, and with everything else that has transpired, the Eagles will be one of the best teams in the NFL if they hit this one right. Let me know all your thoughts down below. Should the Eagles pursue a trade and go up and get CeeDee Lamb? Would you be all right with staying back and getting a guy like Ruggs or getting a couple quality dudes like Rieger or Hamler or whoever? Let me know all your thoughts down below. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Perfect.